We are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Skip Happens podcast. And you know me, it's all about country music. It's all about country music artists. It's all about the well-established and a lot of the independent and a lot of the brand new artists. We got another guy on tonight. This is so cool. I've been reading up about him a little bit. And a little bit off, before the lights and the cameras went on, I was talking about that I have the week off and I had my honeydew list today. And it was honeydew this, honeydew that. Anyways, all right, enough of that. Connor Daly is with us. Connor, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? It's great to be here.
Yeah, no, I'm doing really well. We're in the upstate New York, Syracuse area. Whereabouts are you?
So I just moved to Nashville about 1 month ago. So
wow,
it's very new.
Dude, just a month, 30 days ago.
Not even. I think it's like been 3.5 weeks, but about a month. It's very new. But wow. Nashville is very cool. It feels great to be here. But before that, I was from Northern Virginia, so right outside of the D.C. area.
That's a crazy area. Were you near the Beltway?
I was like 5 minutes away from the Beltway.
Oh.
So I keep saying like the one thing that prepared me to move to Nashville, other than like music stuff, was traffic.
Exactly.
I had so much traffic in Northern Virginia, so it didn't feel different coming down here with all the traffic.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of traffic in Nashville now. I mean, I've been going there well over 20 years, a lot of radio stuff in and out. And when I first started to go, it was easy to get from the airport to downtown. You could get, no time at all. Now, depending on what time of the day you fly in, it could take you up to an hour and a half to get from the airport to downtown. I said it just take you about 20 minutes.
It's a little bit worse than I thought it was going to be, but I'm sure I'll get more used to it as time goes on.
So you got yourself an apartment already, or all that?
Yeah. We got a little place over in 12 South area. So it's very nice. I was in an apartment in Virginia, and now I'm in like a little house with like a backyard and actual parking that I can park like right in front of the house.
Well, that's kind of cool, actually.
So it's definitely a step up from where I was living before. So that's
definitely beats the apartment life. They have the house.
I was getting a little tired of the apartment living. I lived on the 4th floor, so it was like a 3-story walk up. Every time I would go upstairs and like lugging all my music stuff up, my speakers, guitars, bags. It got a little bit old, so
I bet it did.
Going to be walking through the front door now. So
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now that you got a little bit of a backyard, do you have any pets?
I'm getting a dog next month.
Okay, so, I knew it.
Yeah. Yep. So
and what kind of dog are you looking at?
A golden retriever.
Yeah, I got a yellow. We've had yellows, so yellow lab. So pretty close, but you know what I mean. So,
yeah, labs are pretty crazy, I've heard, but
they're crazy, but they're so lovable.
Yeah, you just got to embrace the crazy, and
you do.
Ask that, and then it's all love.
Exactly. Did you have dogs growing up? Is that something that's with you?
Yeah, so my family had dogs growing up.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, the main dog that I had growing up, it was a Basset Hound Terrier mix. So it was like just a mutt kind of dog, very low to the ground, like very long.
Did he have the big ears? And
his ears were pretty floppy. He was very unique, but we loved him. So
absolutely, I had a Basset Hound growing up as well, but it was purebred. But still, low to the ground, the short legs, the long ears, the ears get in the food and everything else. But his name was Snoopy. So
okay, it's a great name.
Cool. Yes. Let's talk about you though. I mean, you say you just moved to Nashville like a month ago, but you've already dropped an album and you've been turning a lot of heads with that album getting a lot of attention. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously I've been doing music for more than I've been in Nashville. So I started songwriting mainly in 2019. So after my freshman year of college, I just decided to sit down and write a song because I always loved playing guitar, and I would come up with like melodies and like random stuff when I was younger, but never really tried to write a song. But then 2019, I sat down, wrote my first song, and since then I've probably written close to 200 or over 200 at this point. I've written a lot of songs in the past 6 years. I've come a long way. Put out a few singles throughout 2023, and then released my debut album, Colors Fade, July 26th of this year. So
just like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. That's right. And you have turned heads already with that album, which is a good thing for you.
For
Um,
sure. Yeah.
and is it because of the album? Why didn't you stay in Virginia and do this, or why did you
Uh,
feel you had to move to Nashville?
yeah. So I'm sure anybody can assume Nashville is a better spot to be if you're doing music stuff. I was gigging a lot at wineries and breweries and stuff like that, playing smaller shows in Virginia, which was like a lot of fun. But during that time, I was traveling down to Nashville like once a month or so for the past year. So I figured if I'm going to go for it and I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right and decide to move down. So
Awesome.
I think it was the right move, and I'm excited to be here.
So everything on the album, have you written yourself? Did you have co-writers, or tell us about that a little bit?
So there's 12 songs on the record, and 11 of them I solo wrote by myself, and then one I took like the idea, like first verse, chorus, and like into a co-write down to Nashville. It was one of my Nashville trips that I had. Came down, did a few co-writes.
Oh,
So I wrote the one song that was a co-write was "Fake One Tear," and I wrote that with Jennifer Ricotta and Robert Ricotta, based out of Nashville.
yeah.
They're lovely people, and they helped write a great song that deserved a spot in the album. But yeah, that was the only co-write, and I'm used to writing by myself, so
Oh, that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's the majority of the songs.
So being from Virginia and all that, and your college days, did you play sports? You look like a baseball player.
I played baseball growing up,
Okay.
but I stopped
All right.
when I was about 12.
Oh, okay. Never
I
mind.
was actually very undersized when I was playing, but yeah. So in high school pretty much I played golf, and I did
Oh,
track
okay.
and field.
Okay.
So
Right.
track and field was like my main sport. I played golf because I really enjoyed it, and my dad played golf in college and stuff. So I still enjoy playing golf nowadays, which was a lot of fun. But track and field I was competitive at.
I love
And
that.
I did the discus throw.
Ah,
Which
I
was
was reading it. That's what I was reading. The discus.
Yes, sir. Yep, the discus throw. So I actually ran cross country my freshman year of high school because my
Okay.
sister was on the team. So I decided to run, and then we would run by the throwers every single day, and I would just be like dying, like running, like not enjoying my life, and the throwers are just standing up there, kind of chucking, the discuses, and it looked like a lot of fun, like more fun than running. So the next year I decided to try out for the team, but be a thrower. Um, and then I worked really hard on the technique, got very technical, which is important for discus. Got strong, and I grew to now I'm 6'5", but in high school I was like 6'4",
Okay.
which definitely helped. But yeah, by my senior year, I won states in Virginia, the 5A state championship, and then
Nice.
competed at George Mason University on the track.
Very cool. Very cool. How heavy are those discuses? Discuses.
So in high school it was 1.6 kilograms. College was 2 kilograms. So it's like 4.4 pounds.
Okay, that's still a lot of weight. 4
It's,
pounds,
I mean,
and you're
it's
throwing
like
it for
it's
distance.
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty light compared to some of like the other implements like shot put or like weight throw, which is 35 pounds. But yeah, discus, like you still throw it really far. So like the good guys were throw like mid 50s. I was throwing like low 50s, 50 meters. Which is still really far to throw, like 4.4 pounds. But
I love that. I
yeah,
love that, man.
it was a unique sport, but I definitely enjoyed it.
It's definitely unique because I don't think I've ever talked to anybody that was a discus thrower before.
For sure,
Somebody
yeah.
involved in that sport, track and field, of course, but and I watched a lot of that with the Olympics recently. So, which,
Yep.
by the way, did you watch? Did you watch any of that?
Yeah, I watched as much as I could. I really only watched the gymnastics for the most part, and like some swimming.
Amazing.
I really wanted to watch the shot put finals, but I had a gig. I was playing music, which was it was a great alternative to be doing. But I wish I could have watched that. But yeah, Ryan Krauser, he's one of the main guys for USA right now throwing shot put, and I wished I got to see him. But
very cool.
yeah, no, the Olympics are always a fun time when that rolls around.
Absolutely, 100%. And the women this year, they kind of outdid the guys. I mean,
That's
it was just
what
my
I've
wife
heard.
keeps bragging on that. See, honey? I said, no, it's okay. Yeah, I get it. That was great.
Yeah,
amazing,
for sure.
amazing. Yep. So you're in Nashville now. How you're going to be out gigging in Nashville? Are you going to play at some of the places down on Broadway, or are you going to get out of town a little bit and play? What's next for you when it comes to doing that? Now that you're there.
Yeah, I think a little bit of everything, to be honest, as much as I can do. It's like last week I played down on Broadway at Moxie downtown. It's just like
Oh yeah.
solo
Yep.
acoustic gig, which was a lot of fun. It was my first time playing on Broadway technically, so that was cool. Yeah, other than that, gonna be doing some festivals, some writer rounds, some radio shows, and just kind of playing around for the next few months and seeing where it goes.
I love that because all these people that are digging your album, I could see you on maybe just doing a little bit of a Grand Ole Opry thing. You know, they're always looking for artists to come out and play and stuff like that. And what an opportunity for you to get up there on that stage. That'd be cool. That's got to be a dream of yours.
I'm sure it's most people's dreams that live in Nashville. I mean, it's such an iconic place, you know.
No doubt. So what are you doing for fun in Nashville? You've been there a month. You already knew the town a little bit. You just didn't live there. But now that you are residing in Nashville, you get out and have some fun as well as some of the other things that are going on.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm trying to get out a little bit. Yeah, I've been focused like unpacking and organizing and all that fun stuff from moving. But been going out. I eat a lot of food. I like food. And this is definitely a foodie town, so
no doubt.
That's great for me. I've been eating a lot of good food, going to the gym, and I went for a hike this past weekend, which was fun.
Oh,
down
that's
in
cool.
Franklin, Tennessee.
Yes, yep.
Some beautiful country out there, but yeah, slowly finding some stuff that I can kind of latch onto a little bit.
Are you there alone?
So I moved down with my girlfriend.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah, so she believes in me, I guess, which is
no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that. So she's going to be supporting you, and you guys, I mean, is she going to get a job down there, or does she already have a gig, or you're going to be out? She does. That's excellent.
She has a job.
For you. Good for you. Sounds like you're off and running. Now you just got to keep moving ahead a little bit.
Pretty much. Yep. That's kind of the idea. Just kind of getting my footing and then, going, doing stuff.
Once I was listening to some of the music before we went on. Ain't got a cape. I kept listening to that over and over again. That is powerful. That is powerful.
I appreciate that.
And can you tell me a little bit about that? And that's on the album, right?
That's on the album. Yep. It's track number 1 on the album. So it's starting off with a bang on the album.
Ain't Got a Cape. So
yes.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So that song is a little bit different than all the other songs on the record. It's definitely not a generic breakup song or anything like that. At the forefront of the song is mental health. And, in today's society, mental health is such a prevalent issue that so many people face.
So true.
And I figured, why not write a song about that so people can kind of have something to relate to? Because I'm sure that I know that I would have liked to have a song about that. So I figured I'd kind of write about that. And when I started writing it, I didn't actually know like what it was going to be about. I just started with kind of the dark toned guitar picking part, and then got all the way through the first verse actually, and then it just kind of was obvious that it had to be about what it was about. So it's about a guy who has a loved one who starts drifting into dark places, mental health challenges, and he just feels like there's nothing he can really do. Like he can only do so much to truly help them, and he doesn't have a cape because he's not a superhero. He can't save the day.
It's
so it's very sad, but
it is sad, but it's got a lot. I just caught myself listening to it over and over again and trying to just kind of piece it all together, because it's got a lot to do with mental health and what people go through all the time, and you end up in these dark places, and then it's just you see the girl, then you don't see the girl, and she there's still feelings there, and there's nothing you can do about it at that point.
Yeah. I it's definitely one of the songs on the album that I hope that people can kind of connect to. It's definitely like a connection type song. And like hopefully, they can find some meaning behind it. So
Yeah, and you never know, it could help somebody too.
yeah, exactly.
And that's
why.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the other songs that are on the album. Maybe a few that really stick out in your mind.
Yeah. Let's see. One of my favorites is the title track called Colors Fade.
Okay.
And it's about how nothing lasts forever, and at the end of the day, colors fade. It's another kind of sad. There's a few sadder songs on there. It doesn't really sound too sad, but it's more of those. It's just kind of, I don't really know how to phrase it, but it's just about at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like nature phraseology and terminology and stuff like that, kind of relating into like a relationship and life and stuff. So it's definitely one of my favorites.
These songs that are on this album, Ain't Got a Cape, the one you're just talking about now, and they're not anything that's going to make you want to get up and dance, but it makes you think about life. And country music and good music is about life. It's about, we always say in the business, country music is like the soundtrack to our lives. There's all different degrees and of that. Have you any of this something you've gone through, and that's why some of this is the way it is, or are you just like thinking the way that others might think?
Yeah, so pretty much every song, most of the songs on the record are pretty much all fictional, at least relating to my life. But it's not too hard to kind of know, like,
right.
Different perspectives and views, and just kind of put yourself in the shoes of somebody who would be in those positions, and just kind of say what you think they would think about it.
I get it.
So nothing's too specific towards me, but yeah, you can find inspiration all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I mean, just driving down the road, you can get an idea, get a thought, and who knows,
Exactly.
next thing you know, it could be a cut on the album.
Yeah. It does happen like that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. When, maybe you already answered this. I don't think you did. When did you start playing guitar? At what age?
Let's see. I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
Was that like 12? I think 12 maybe.
I don't know, somewhere around there, I'm sure.
Yeah. But so, yeah, it was just like classical guitar in school. And then I played throughout my senior year of high school and school, and then just kind of started playing on my own like a little bit after high school and getting more into like chords and singer-songwriter stuff.
Did you learn to play by yourself?
Guitar?
Yes.
So like I said, like I learned the basics in school, but we did like nothing with a pick. We were just like reading notes off paper and just doing like pieces like that, and playing as like an ensemble, like different parts of the class did like different parts on the guitar.
Right.
So I did have to learn quite a bit on my own, but like after the fact, like more doing singer-songwriter stuff, chord structures, key signatures, and stuff like that.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
YouTube was a good friend of mine for a while.
I was just going to say that, Connor, that so many artists that I've spoken to, and I'll ask them a question very similar to what I just asked you, was, how long have you been playing, and did you learn by yourself? And they'll say, well, YouTube was a good friend of mine.
Yep.
It's like that with anything. Yeah. It kind of helped me out today with my plumbing too, that I had to do here at the house.
Yeah. You can learn anything you want.
Exactly. What kind of jobs have you had besides? You went to school, you played guitar, you love playing the guitar, but you also had to make a little bit of money, you had bills to pay. What kind of jobs have you held?
So my first job that I had was actually at a candy store during high school for a few years. One of my friends' parents owned a candy shop called Rocket Fizz. It was like an old-timey candy and soda shop, I guess.
Okay.
So I was like restocking a bunch of toffees and restocking candies and sodas and checking out people.
Did you have fireballs? Did you have the fireballs?
We had anything you could imagine. It was pretty crazy. But like you said, yeah, dangerous place to work because I was eating. I was sneaking some candy behind the scenes. Yeah, and then college did a mix of DoorDash stuff. I DoorDashed around, make some money
Yep. Yep.
throughout
Yep. Yep.
school, and then just gigging around the area, playing at wineries,
Cool.
breweries, and
Nice.
places like that. And you can actually make good money playing up Northern Virginia, doing winery, brewery gigs, as opposed to living in Nashville. Like if you actually want to make a living doing like playing, just like cover song 3 hours, Northern Virginia is a great place to do it. But
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah. So that was during college, and then I graduated about 2.5 years ago, and I worked in the government for up until the end of this past year, up until
Okay.
October. So I worked in a special inspector general for pandemic recovery.
Oh, okay.
It was a temporary agency out of the Department of the Treasury,
Hmm.
and I worked in the Office of Audits. So I was an auditor for a good while after school.
Oh, I suck with numbers, dude. I could never do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I was great at it, but that's what I did for a little while.
Yeah. And now look at you. So
Yeah, yep. This is I not that I didn't enjoy auditing, but music is a little bit more fun.
mhm. How soon before you're going to get out to some of those writer rounds, or have you already been out?
So I've been to a few down here. I am still trying to fill in my schedule. Like so much of the work and thought that I was putting into music was about the release of the album and like leading up to the release and the move and just kind of being here. So now that I'm here, I'm hoping I can start, figuring out
Yeah.
more of kind of what to do. But I'm sure I'll start figuring it out as time goes on.
How do you get involved with, do you just show up at a writer's round with your guitar and say, hey guys, my name's Connor. Can I sit with you? Or how does all that work? How do you get involved?
So you kind of have to go out and meet people. And
Okay.
so like each kind of writer's round, at least like the small ones for the most part, they're on like a weekly basis.
Mhm.
So like one person will kind of have like the Tuesdays showcase or something, and then put like a few rounds on that night, all like an hour in length. So just like kind of reach out to them, and if they like your stuff, they'll have you on for
Oh, that's
one of the
cool.
sessions or one of the
That's cool.
rounds. So
Yeah, I've been over to the Tin Roof and sat in on a couple of writers' rounds, and I think they have like a back room. And I was
okay,
invited. I don't play an instrument at all, but just being a radio guy and being in town and knowing a few
yeah,
people, they said, "Why don't you come over and see what it's about and sit in on that?" And it was kind of cool.
it's super cool. Yeah, everybody's just singing songs that they wrote and they're really proud of. So it's cool to see all the different types of
Mhm.
songs that people write.
So, what's your family like? You got brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have one sister. She is
Okay.
about 3 years older than I am.
Okay.
So
And
uh,
what did she think about you? Like, I'm off to Nashville.
she was very supportive
Nice.
of the whole thing because she also is a big advocate for chasing dreams and just kind of going
Absolutely.
for it. She moved to Denver because she loves the mountains, so she just decided to move to Denver,
Nice.
and she hikes like every weekend.
Oh, cool.
So
And she's thinking, she's going, my brother's in Nashville. He's got an extra room. I got a place to stay if I ever want to go to Nashville.
oh yeah, for sure. I think all my friends and family are happy about that. We have like an extra spare room, so it's not going to take a lot of convincing for them to come see us because we live in like a cool place in Nashville. So
Are you a little nervous about being there?
it's definitely more intimidating,
Yeah.
but I
But
think
you
at the
knew
end
you
of the
had to
day,
do it. Yeah.
yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you put in the work and you just have to be kind of confident in your abilities, and yeah, like I said, just put in the work, put in the time, be consistent, and most of the time, if you put that kind of thought onto anything you're doing in life, you're going to be okay. So
Right. Right.
yeah.
Now you said you're well, there's a lot of food in Nashville, but there's got to be one food. This is a crazy question. Like I said, we go down many different roads here and we have a lot of fun doing this. Uh, what food did you absolutely hate as a kid growing up?
Oh man,
I mean,
I
for
am
me, I can tell you, for me, it was peas. I could never
peas.
eat peas, and I used to always hide the peas under the table. Mom and dad would never see it. And they thought I was eating the peas, but I was hiding them under the table.
Yeah,
So,
that's funny. I am like one of the least pickiest guys, I think, food wise. Like I'll eat just about anything. Um, I did not like olives growing up.
I
I
love
would not.
olives.
I would not. Now I really like olives, but like growing up,
Black
I
or
did not like olives.
green?
I
Black,
like all
green?
olives right
All
now.
of them. All of
Yeah,
them.
pretty
Okay.
all the olives that I've had recently, I've enjoyed. But like
No,
growing up, I did not like them.
I've loved them all my life, which is
They're
cool. Are
they're
you?
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you love your beef?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm a
Good
big
man.
red meat guy too.
Ah. Okay.
I perks of living in a house now and not being in an apartment is that I got a grill. So I've used it probably 20 times so far. I've used it
Do you
like
have a?
every other night.
Is it a grill or do you have like a Blackstone griddle?
No, it's a grill. It's a grill.
Okay.
Just a gas fire grill.
Yeah, I went out and got rid of the grill and I got myself a Blackstone.
You got a
So now,
Blackstone?
yeah,
That's
dude, I'm just telling you, tell the girlfriend Christmas is coming, maybe a birthday. I'm just
yeah.
saying. I don't know if she can hear this or not, but the Blackstone griddle is pretty cool. And you can look
Okay.
up here again, YouTube comes in handy. You can look up
Yep.
all these different recipes and
Oh
stuff and
yeah.
become quite the chef on the Blackstone. So
The Blackstone looks real cool. I hope to have one day.
it is. Just got to take care of it, but it is.
Yeah.
It's cool. Good for you, brother.
That'd
So
be-
you got the album coming out. Well, it is out.
Yep.
And are you keeping? I would assume you're keeping track of the numbers and how's that going? It seems to be going pretty good because I saw the reviews on it already. It's yeah, like I said earlier, you're turning heads with that, which is a great thing.
For sure.
But I don't. Have you been in radio stations yet? Have they sent you out on any type of a radio tour or anything like that?
So I've done a few different radio stations
Okay.
so far. What I do? WMOT down in Nashville.
Okay.
Like Roots Radio, which is just like a local station in Nashville.
Yep.
So I did like a live show there, and then got a few tracks like playing on there.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I did one other radio. I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
I've
but
been kind of all over the place.
Eventually, they're going to send you out to hit up all these radio stations. You go in, you shake hands, and you go in on the morning shows, and you chit chat about your life, like we're doing here on the Skip Happens podcast. And
Exactly.
You might play a couple of tunes, and and hopefully the radio station will continue to play your music. That's the whole idea, is to get yourself known to the programmers as well, which is cool. And that's that's what I do as a programmer, but I also have the Skip Happens podcast, so I'm able, instead of you guys coming into the radio station, I mean, here it is, we're doing it right now, which is cool. We're live, and also there's times that I play a lot of this back, and I will also put the links into your music and everything. All this gets posted, so which is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been fun doing a bunch of different interviews and podcasts and radio. And I actually did my first live TV performance last week. I'm doing another one this week. So
nice.
It's kind of cool to see all these different things that that kind of all want to learn about new artists coming to town and like really kind of care about what they're doing. So it's
that's great. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you for doing it, but still to get on the television, to get on the TV, to be heard on the radio, like I said, doing this, I mean, it all comes together for you. It's all moving forward. Nothing happens overnight too. There's an old saying, Nashville's like a 10-year town. I'm sure you've heard that, but
I've heard that. Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight, but you've already got to jump on it with this album. And hopefully we'll have some tracks on the radio coming off of that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Have you, Connor, have you been able to get on stage and play with some of the bigger artists?
Not yet. So,
okay.
That's one of the things I'm going to try to figure out.
You'll get it.
It's definitely a process trying to do the whole artist thing. And, though I have been like writing songs for like 6 years now, and I've written a bunch of songs. Like I just put out my first album, and I'm still relatively new. Haven't played out too much, but I played like a lot of wineries and breweries and stuff like that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So I'm a little bit new to like the performing front, but I've done a few band shows. Did my album release party at Analog at the Hutton Hotel with like full band. So like I really enjoy it, and I plan on kind of honing my craft a little bit and playing as much as I can coming up.
Do you have a studio right there in the house?
It's kind of a studio.
Because I see
Uh,
the corner panels. I see the what do they call the bass panels or I forgot what they call
yeah.
them, but in the corners behind you.
Yep. Yep. For the
Yeah.
boominess.
Yes, for the boominess.
Yeah. It's just a generic. Um,
That's cool.
nothing too crazy, but it's kind of nice to be able to do some of your own stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like the highest quality stuff, but if you just need to record something,
Yeah. Do
cool.
you what kind of audio software are you using? Just Adobe, or do you have Pro Tools or anything like that, or
I use
Appleton or
Logic Pro.
Logic Pro? A lot of
Logic
people
Pro.
use Logic Pro. Yeah.
It's very user friendly. I tried Pro Tools for a little bit,
It's tough.
and then I got a MacBook, so I figured I just learn Logic and
yeah, no, it's a good move. A lot of artists use that, and a lot of them. That's why I asked about the home studio and all that, because so many of them have their own little home studio.
Yeah, there's probably tens of thousands of rooms that look just like this.
Yep, and
town.
just like this. I mean, this is a full blown podcast studio that I built from scratch, and it's
Yeah. Oh,
and
cool.
I have a voiceover studio on the other side, and I have a booth in here when I do commercials and stuff. So it's kind of cool. So it's the real deal. So I hear you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be lost without this. So you got the album out. Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
I would love to see myself putting out songs that I'm proud of, and I like actually mean something, that aren't just like generic songs. And I would love to be playing songs live to people that want to hear my music. I think that's definitely the goal for a lot of artists out there, and that'd definitely be a dream of mine. Like share my music, and hopefully people can relate to it.
I love it. So if where can people that are watching this, viewers right now or listeners, where can they go to get your music?
Yeah, so you can go to any streaming platform. You can find me on there, Connor Daly, CONNORDALY, on Apple Music, Spotify, any streaming platform you got, I'll be on there. And then social media, Connor Daly Music. You can find me Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
all of it.
Any of those. Yeah. So hope to see you all there.
Do you do that all by yourself? Do you do your own socials?
I did for a while. I'm working with somebody now.
Good idea.
To try to come up with like suggested posts and stuff like that. I mean, social media being so important nowadays, figured, I try to get some professional help. So,
have you, I'm going to ask something really, really crazy. Have you, there's a lot of controversy over this about AI, but have you just for the heck of it said, AI, write a song about ice cream and see what
I looked at AI one time. I don't even remember what I asked it, but I remember it not being good, whatever it was.
Yeah,
I was like,
this is pretty funny. Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to worry about AI quite yet, if I remember correctly.
Right. We did that the other day at the radio station. We said, AI, write us a song about ice cream. And it was stupid. It was crazy. Yeah. It did it, but it was
AI is definitely impressive. Like last week, I've been trying to find like a new guitar kind of practice regimen to kind of go by. So I said specifically like, my guitar playing skill level, like what I'm at and kind of what I wanted to like build on. And it put me out like a whole practice routine to practice on the acoustic guitar. So like stuff like that's really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be kind of cool, but with everything else.
I've only used it like 3 times, but the few times I have, like it's either a bad song or a helpful practice routine. So
that's cool. What do you drive?
A Kia Sorento.
Really?
Yeah.
I was a truck guy for a lot of years. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I mean, I've had the Ford, I've had the Chevy Silverados, I've had the Dodge Rams. Then all of a sudden I went down to a Ford Explorer. Then all of a sudden I went to the Kia Telluride.
Yeah.
And then from the Telluride, now I'm in a Sportage. It's like I'm downsizing. So that's why,
Sportage.
I'm driving a Kia as well. And I'm actually very happy. My payments are a lot lower, and I got a vehicle that's great on mileage, and I can got room to haul some crap around if I have to.
Yeah, so. I could definitely see myself driving in trucks. Like I've driven trucks before, and I really like them.
Yeah.
But the Kia Sorento, the mileage.
There you go.
Great. And I figured I'd probably be driving around a lot. So
exactly.
if everything goes well. But
no, I hear you. Connor, it's been great to get to know you a little bit. I know. What are you, 26, 25?
25. 25.
25.
Yes,
25,
sir.
dude. And you made the move.
Made
What,
the move.
you know what? For somebody being 25, somebody that has the passion for country, for your music, for the music in general, what would you tell somebody that's thinking about moving to Nashville? And
Um,
any advice
Man,
you can give? You're 25. You just did it.
I'll let you know in a little bit. But, haven't been here that long. But
No,
I mean,
I
when,
know.
when I was like researching stuff, like, is it worth it to move to Nashville? You had like all the people saying, don't come down, we're already saturated, whatever. But then you had the people actually saying, like, the benefits of actually moving down to Nashville.
Yeah.
Which, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're like an artist trying to do the artist thing, most of the stuff you're gonna kind of progress from is like meeting as many people as you can, and you can't really do that like over Zoom or like the phone.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be very helpful just being in person, being able to
Yep.
shake hands and meet people. So
Yeah, face to face. You can't beat that.
exactly.
And if this is what you want to do, you got to do it. You got to at least try it. If it doesn't work, well, at least you can say you tried.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
you never know. And always hold your head high, and you're going to get a lot of no's. You get some yeses. I know. A lot of friends going through what you're going through, and or have been there, and they've come home. So either
Yep.
or, you know. So that's
Yep.
cool. You know, Connor, it's been great to get to know you a little bit. Like I said, once again, the website is, or where can we go? Connor Daly Music.
Yeah. Website's ConnorDailyMusic.com.
Okay.
Or just streaming or
Yep.
socials or whatever. You can
Very
find me
cool.
under that name. So
I love it. Connor, it's been
yeah.
awesome having you
Well,
on
thank you for
tonight.
having me on. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and good luck in Nashville. I mean, we're there quite often, actually, and you know, I'll definitely let you know when I'm coming out, or maybe we can get out and catch a plane somewhere, or you know, take it
Yeah, for sure.
in
Yeah.
person, in
Yeah,
person.
in
So,
person. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Let me know when
exactly,
y'all are coming through town.
exactly,
That'd be great.
exactly. All right, Connor, thanks for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens, and we're going to sign off, but you stay right there, and I'll talk to you in a minute. But
Sounds
thanks for
good.
watching.
Thanks,
Thanks
Skip.
for watching, everybody. And thank you for you know, subscribing to Skip Happens. Connor Daly. There it is. There he is. Look him up. Look him up. You're gonna love the music because